Cops arrest paraplegic man. Chad, take a look at this.
You forcefully entered her home and attacked her. Is this a joke?
This woman called the cops.
Oh, thank God.
And accused a guy of kicking down her door and assaulting her.
So what happened?
He kicked in the door. I ran. He choked me out.
But there was a minor problem with her story. The suspect has been a paraplegic in a wheelchair for 20 plus years.
How long have you been in your wheelchair?
I was 18.
Since you were 18?
5 years.
But the arresting officer just didn't care, and he attempted to arrest him anyways.
At least be like, wait, it gets worse.
Control. I'm not.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh!
When another officer stepped in and questioned what was happening,
You're paralyzed.
Gotta call him out on the ruse.
Somebody must have made a mistake. Because if the door was kicked in, he didn't kick it in.
he went to his
This is the only sane officer, by the way. CPPC Tech, thank you. Body cam videos, let's go.
lieutenant.
I just had to show you guys this one because the movie reminded me of it. Because, spoiler warning, this guy actually is paraplegic. And nobody involved in this got in trouble.
Don't mean to interrupt your lunch. They got a quadriplegic guy up there.
Who couldn't be bothered to get up off of his chair, but quickly accused the 100% innocent man who was in fact a paraplegic of lying.
Yeah, but it's funny.
How can you be paraplegic if there are chairs in your house? That doesn't make any sense. My subordinates, arrest this man.
It's a ruse, man.
So,
It's a ruse.
It's an obvious attempt to not to go to jail. So
It's an obvious attack. This man went out and bought a wheelchair just so he wouldn't have to go to jail. You foolish idiot. You silly Billy. It's like, really, thank you. No, it was a ruse he planned for 25 years. Yeah.
But he is f***ed up from the waist below.
I've never seen a case where somebody was so clearly innocent and it would take so little work to establish it and nobody was willing to do the work.
He paralyzed himself to get out
Welcome
of it.
back to the Civil Rights Lawyer channel, where my mission is to help protect and defend your constitutional
What
rights
department
by
is this?
showing
I
you
don't
all of
know.
the outrageous things that your government regularly does to people just like you. So if you share in that mission too, please comment, like, and share this footage
I don't know where this out. Oh, Atlanta?
so that what you see in this video doesn't happen again to somebody else. In June of 2024, a woman named Katherine Jensen, who is apparently completely insane, called police and reported that this man
He's going to be a rich paraplegic? I wonder. Like, do you guys think he's gonna get like a massive payout or anything?
Charles Reed, whom she claimed was her ex-boyfriend and they had broken up a few days earlier,
Oh, thank God.
Hi, how you doing?
had come to her house, kicked down her door, choked her, and then attempted to steal her car keys.
So what happened?
He kicked
Absolutely insane. Angel the Rabbit, thank you. I'm sure he'll lock this off. That executive. Look at the wheelchair.
in the door. I ran. He choked me out.
She also
he will
claimed
get
that
paid.
he
I
fled
hope
on
so.
foot.
I guess he took off on foot.
In the body cam footage of that encounter, she apparently told the cops that she did not
Yeah, you know what the anomaly? Good question. Why is he wearing shoes if he can't walk? Checkmate, paralyzed man. Can you imagine being that one cop that's like, this doesn't make any sense. He's paralyzed. This case doesn't make any sense. And then your direct superior's like, can't you see he's faking it? And meanwhile, you're looking at this guy who is very obviously paralyzed, and you're like, no, like he's not faking it. Like, this isn't possible. And then you have to risk potentially losing your entire livelihood because your lieutenant is fucking insane and your coworkers are fucking insane, and you just have to be the one guy that's like not comedically evil.
not even want to press charges. Still, though, officers obtained an arrest warrant for Mr. Reed. This police officer named Mark Balot began to communicate with Mr. Reed by email. He basically tricked him into coming to the police station to clear up a case of mistaken identity. But what he really intended to do was to arrest Mr. Reed. When Mr.
my
Reed
God.
arrived at the police station on March 20th of this year, Officer Mark Balot, the same police officer who responded to the call where Miss Jensen made that report about Mr. Reed, began to read Miranda rights
When
and
was this?
began
Recent? I think
questioning
it was recent.
Mr. Reed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Reed. My name is Officer Ballard.
Yeah, 2020. This was in
I've
March.
been emailing
recently?
This is March 20th.
Doing well. Give me a second. I'm gonna just read you something and then I'm gonna ask you a couple questions, all right?
Great.
So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the
Down this area, thank you. You don't understand. Oh, shit, that guy's Ricky Bobby. That's polite, thank you. Wheelchair man's legs are sticks. Yeah, he can
court
walk.
of law. You have the right to speak to an attorney.
He said, according to Miss Jensen, you forcefully entered her home and attacked her. Mr. Reed had no idea who she was.
You have the right to remain silent. We are arresting you even though there's no evidence of any actual crime ever occurring. We spent all this time catfishing you when we could have been out there arresting people that actually do commit crimes, but well, you know.
Or what he was talking about.
According to Miss Jensen, on this date,
Look at this guy in the back. He's like,
you forcefully entered her home and attacked her.
As the conversation went on, Mr. Reed insisted that he had nothing to do with this and that he had actually been paralyzed for like 25 years.
How long have you been in your wheelchair?
I was 18.
Since you were 18?
5 years.
That he was married, he was not any sort of recent ex-boyfriend to this person.
So,
this guy in the back. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being the one having to witness this? Malcolm Lang to you.
Yeah, that's,
and you say you have no recollection of who she is?
I have absolutely no idea who that is. Yeah, certainly haven't forced my way into anybody's house.
Because she was able to provide us with your exact
The little
information.
hand wave, he's like, no shit. This guy in the back, he's got front row tickets. He's got front row seat to the fucking insane asylum performance of the year. Jesus Christ. Let me shrink myself down a bit more. Just like, these motherfuckers, they're really...
She describes that he's of average build,
Tall, short,
Average height.
that he has brown hair, that he's in black clothing,
so all black.
I want to say yes, sir.
but not that he's in a wheelchair. Never mentioned. And that is probably the number one thing you'd mention about somebody.
Especially as they're running away.
On foot.
I guess he took off on foot.
Charles and Catherine did date, but it was more than 20 years ago. They never kept in touch. He's been married for a decade with...
She's held a grudge for over 20 years. Means it was after he was in a wheelchair, so she knew he was in a wheelchair, and she still concocted the story about him kicking down her door.
with a newborn. And the day of the alleged attack, Charles says
Crazy.
he was at a dinner party with friend.
Did police contact you at all?
No, not at all. Not a single time.
But instead of looking into
Oh
the situation
my God.
further or acting on that information, Officer Balot instead handcuffed and attempted to arrest Mr. Reed, which ended up with Mr. Reed falling out of his wheelchair and onto the ground.
I truly have no idea who that is. Like,
I understand you say you haven't been here, but unfortunately, you do have the warrant out for your arrest. So I'm gonna have to place you into custody, and I'm gonna take you downstairs. You're gonna be booked and entered, and
Oh my
you're gonna have to go to jail. So, and you say you've been in this wheelchair since you were 18. If you have proof of all of this information that can be verified, if you get those documents in order, to bring those with you.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, do you want to see my fucking phone? Where I have all of these wonderful family photos of me living a very normal life in a wheelchair.
When you go to your first appearance,
can I pee and stuff? Like,
you'll be able to pee. I'm gonna take you right downstairs. You're not even going anywhere.
this is crazy to me. Like,
Do me a favor, put your hands out. Unfortunately, it is. Put your hands out.
I can't. Is this a joke?
Do me a favor, lift your hands up. Go
Oh
ahead,
my
please.
God. This guy in the back here, he's like, oh my God, they're arresting the guy in a wheelchair. Nick Murillo, thinking, what judge in his right mind would sign a warrant based on this lack of evidence? I don't know.
Put on the other side.
I literally can't. I don't have muscle control. I'm not. Oh my God.
33 to radio, can I have a signal for my location for a white male who fell out of a wheelchair?
Eventually, a second officer who happens to see what's going on comes over and he helps Mr. Reed back.
Can somebody please help me off the ground? I'm paralyzed.
He doesn't.
Should I get out of the wheelchair?
Yeah, let's help him out. Oh, I was waiting for the paramedics to come there
You were not waiting for the paramedics.
right next door, so.
I can't do anything here.
Oh, this is so sad.
Unlike
Oh,
Mr.
boy, thank you. You can literally hear the lack of IQ in the officer's voice.
Blot, he immediately realizes that something is not right here, and he begins to ask questions.
What's the warrant for?
I broke into somebody's house.
Oh my god, look at how concerned this other guy is too. Oh no.
From the trespass side assault.
How long ago?
June 19th.
They both know. They both know.
June 19th, 15th, 9th, one of those.
How long you been paralyzed?
25 years.
Okay. Make a phone call to me.
Peggy's grabbed it.
Thank God some people with some fucking common sense.
What
What the fuck?
Just show that you have a warrant, and we're gonna do our due diligence. Because if you're paralyzed, somebody must have made a mistake.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay. Hold on. Who was the original agency? We are. Who's the detective? You are.
Oh my god. And then we're just staring at him like, oh hell no. Hell's idiot, thank you. Don't pick up, dude. Can't fall if on floor. True.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is a detective. Oh man.
Give me a second.
I get my doctor on the phone.
He takes the first officer
Mic cutting
aside
out? Oh,
and
sorry.
tries to get an explanation out of him.
Here, I'll turn off the noise. The noise thing.
I held him with the tip of my fingers, and he flopped down and fell on the floor. But basically,
There we go. There we go.
this is. I still
And now there's really, really loud background sound. Wait, what if I pick it up?
Call about a lady from
There we go.
4111 Fredericksburg Drive.
Frozen chart, thank you. Gonna have to change his
So
name to
basically,
Detective
she was like-
Dumbass, yeah.
And when I got to the house, the front door was
Fucking detective can't detect that he's paralyzed? Yeah, anonymous. What the fuck?
and I think she was like hiding by the garage or something. And she comes out and she's bleeding from her arm. Her neck is bruised up and everything. She's like, my ex-boyfriend who we broke up 2 days ago just went to my home and attacked me. And after that, I asked her, hey,
Just see the fucking look on his face, like, mm-hmm.
after all, like, we're together, we used to live together at this address. Do you have any of his
Rockwell, thank
information?
you.
Gave me
Well, you
his
see he was a
name, spelled it
stand
out,
user.
Gave me a description.
Subtitles?
Told me what he looked like. Ran through NCIC, it matched. And then I was like, is this him? She was like,
Basil,
yes,
thank
that's
you.
him. Yeah, no idea.
The two
Where
brain
she
cells in
going?
this detective's brains
So
are in a
now
fight
he's
for
saying,
third
man,
place,
I've been
yeah.
here X amount of years.
Wife said you got shot at 19, been paralyzed since then. Please do some background.
So I was like, man, I don't know if this is true or not, and I can't ascertain that right now. So
You can't ascertain that right now? You can't go on his Facebook and look and see if the guy has consistently been in a wheelchair? You can't call his wife and see if he's in a wheelchair? You can't call, I don't know, like his place of employment and confirm? Or maybe like ask him who his like doctor is or something?
Might need to call the district attorney's office.
This is
If the door was
crazy.
kicked in, he didn't kick it in. He didn't kick it in.
well, she didn't.
He's fucking laughing. He's like, this fucking retard. One joke, man, thank you. If you don't book him now, what's he gonna do? Run away?
Clipkin. She said, well, I can't recall if it was Clipkin or if that's what she said. Because all I remember was that horse when she was new. So if it was Clipkin,
Oh my
and
god.
he has indeed been paralyzed since he was 19 years old, that would be kind of
Because
hard.
I'm looking at his legs. I got a couple of relatives that are quadriplegics. That what we see with his lower extremities, that's the play.
Okay.
That's legit.
Animated writing,
and
thank
if he
you.
was born in 82, that means he was shot in 2001.
Background noise, thank you. Guy on the
He's
plane
been
didn't get
paralyzed.
arrested for attacking Sonny because back in the 70s, common sense still held sway. Now we have mindless drones who will follow any order.
Since 19 years. I would suggest calling the district attorney's office. Let them know what you got. And even though
Because now it's looking like she might have made a false report.
Now it's looking like she might have made a false report? Now? Bro.
So that's what I was looking like. I was like, I don't know, because between now and June, that's what, 9 months?
Yeah, what was your first
I was
clue?
like, I don't know if something happened between those 9 months that might have put me in the wheelchair.
He then walks with the
Nice fucking cope, idiot. Oops.
first officer over to where their lazy lieutenant is sitting on his ass eating lunch on his messy, sloppy desk, and he tries to inform him of the situation. But the lieutenant already knows about the situation, and he doesn't care at all.
Don't mean to interrupt you.
I love the shade. I love the shade for the
Down a
lieutenant.
little bit. They got a quadriplegic guy.
Sergeant,
up
whatever
there.
the fuck he is.
I just told him about
Oh, he already got the rundown. That looks thrown off.
Yeah, but how could he? And I just want to put it out there. He flopped out the wheelchair. I was like, can you raise your hand? So I'm trying to, pat him down, make sure he doesn't have anything. I don't know if the camera's gonna catch it, but I got him with the tip of my fingers. And he just, it's bruised, man. So.
Oh my god. Thanks, Officer Porky. Fiesta Cat, thank you. This makes me glad I'm not an assistant DA.
I mean, it's an obvious to not go to jail. So.
Yeah, but he fucked up from the waist below. That is I'm actually saying him, I agree. But then again, like I said, I don't know what happened between 9 months ago from now. I don't know how much muscle mass you lose from not using your legs. So I don't know.
This guy's just struggling. He's like, I'm fucking sandwiched in between Dumb and Dumber here.
You know.
Yeah. Wife said paralyzed for 19 years. Okay.
Very good player.
Yeah. Okay.
This poor guy.
Yeah. Okay.
The poor guy in the wheelchair, chat. This is so corrupt. That poor guy in a wheelchair.
Oh, this is a lot of this.
So it's like I can't really tell what's happening to you. You know? Right. So,
But if you're paraplegic, how can you have your leg held up like that? That doesn't make any sense. If you can't move your leg, how did you put it on your other leg? Explain that one, liar. I don't think I would have believed this story if we didn't have the body cam footage to back everything up. Yeah, Potato Radio, I think he probably had a handicap parking sticker too. Oh my god, can you imagine?
So
yeah, he won't be walking, but Mel Larson, thank you. Dude's gonna get a gold-plated wheelchair. I hope so. Realistically, he's probably not gonna get shit.
Unfortunately, I still have to take it. This is a felony warrant. Now, I don't know.
I bet you this other guy here at the window already did everything he needed to do, and he's just like standing there watching now, pretending to be busy.
This young lady, whatever you guys had, that's not. Yeah, I understand.
Oh no, he seems to actually be talking to someone.
If she made a false report,
BSK, thank you, Pippa. The more we watch, the more my blood boils, and it's getting tough or rough.
That's gonna be on her. Obviously, like I said, I explained. I noticed her condition. I see it.
Thank you. I'm starting to think the paraplegic dude isn't the only one handicapped.
But I have to do my due diligence. It's a warrant out. I have to go ahead and take it. So now that's going to be up to you and the courts and the lawyers and her and the to establish your innocence until proven guilty. So at this point.
So why does he have to prove that he's innocent? Shouldn't she prove that he did it? Huh. Interesting. Interesting how that works.
She says you kicked down her door.
Yeah, it's literally guilty until proven innocent now.
It don't look like you could kick anything, no offense, at this point in time. So
no offense, you don't look like you kicked any doors down, but that other stuff, like you running away on foot, could be true.
That's why I told you earlier, if you have documentation that you were shot at 19, that you've been to Grady,
I do. I can provide it in 10 minutes from now.
So
I can just call my doctor.
Scooby, thank you. What I'm getting is never talk to cops without a lawyer. True. Nuclear Hubbard, thank you. Dude, Freudian slipped and said the quiet part.
I need paper. If it ain't no paper, it don't happen.
You can call the DMV and see that I've been a mechanical aids on my license for the past 25 years. You can call, we can drive to the right now.
Give me 1 second. Let me know. Actually, give me 1 second.
I can show you my handicap record that I got.
Give me 1 second. Let me go talk to my
Oh my god. Bro's panicking now. He's starting to realize. He's starting to fucking realize.
I'm so sorry, last thing. He's saying that he can prove with paper documentation that he's been in the wheelchair for that long.
It's rude.
Okay, but you can still punch somebody in the wheelchair, right? I mean, that doesn't mean that he didn't do it.
Bro, oh my god. Just keep digging a hole, brother. Just keep digging that hole, brother. Don't even fucking think about it other than ways to justify your position, brother. Don't worry about it. Just keep fucking digging.
Do what he was accused of, right?
God.
So, I mean, he could have forced injury. Maybe he had a tool, or
He could have forced entry. Maybe he took like some bungee cords and a battering ram, and he what if he bungeed a battering ram, you see, to the side of his wheelchair, and then if you build up enough momentum there on the porch, all right, with enough force, with enough velocity, because a wheelchair is on wheels, so that can go faster than the person could even run potentially, you know, depending on how you're going about it. You could use a battering ram to open the door.
I mean, who knows? I mean, I don't think because you're in a wheelchair does.
Well, just because you're in a wheelchair and paralyzed from the waist down doesn't mean you can't run away on foot. What if he had like Gundam legs? What if he had like Boston Dynamics come in and engineer him some new legs? And what if he used those to run away?
Can't break the door down.
Pumpkin trying to get slingshotted
Yeah,
himself
so
into the
unfortunately,
door.
I'm gonna have to take you today.
Can I talk to whoever that guy was?
Some random person thinking,
It's really nothing he can do, and he's the one that's telling me because
What
you
if he
still
has
have an active warrant.
power armor, the indigo thing, he actually punched the door. He just had his shoes on his hands.
And that warrant isn't going anywhere. I've even went so far as to reach out to the district attorney and see if there's something that I could do, but they're not answering. So
I tried to see if there's something I could do now because, you see, I did have 9 months to just look at your Facebook page and see if you were in a wheelchair. But in that time, I decided to catfish you and pretend that you had a stolen identity issue, kind of like a Nigerian scammer. So sorry about that. It's out of my control, I guess.
unfortunately, I had to take you in.
Told me that I could provide documentation.
That's not.
Do you remember when you said that I could provide documentation, providing that I am bound to a wheelchair, and I offered to provide you with that documentation from several different sources, including from government agencies such as the DMV? Oh, that's not valid anymore because goalpost moved? Oh, okay, all right, I understand. Fiesta Cat, thank you. An attorney salivating, wishing this was their case.
Part of right here, right now matter. That's going to be a later on matter.
Can I talk to
And even so,
and somebody like the judge?
I'll tell you. And
Can, like,
even
the
so,
judge
you're in a
look at the fact
wheelchair
I'm in a
that
wheelchair?
doesn't-
I want to talk to like a judge or something. Can I get like speak to like a magistrate or something? I want to get this resolved. Somebody that
I'm not understanding because you're saying
Can
that
we get somebody with more than 3 brain cells on this case? Because I would greatly appreciate it. Apparently, the lieutenant doesn't have more than 3, and you don't have more than 3. And put together, you might just barely make 3, but even then, that's just not quite cutting it.
at A, you had no muscle control, but yet you wheeled yourself from across the street and somehow got into
I don't have muscle.
Oh my god! He tried to coach him. Chat, I'm gonna play that again so you can fully hear what this brilliant mind that has legal power over you just said. Fiesta Cat, thank you.
Somebody that can
I'm
think critically.
not understanding because you're saying that A, you had no muscle control, but yet you wheeled yourself from across the street.
You said that you have no muscle control, yet you moved your wheelchair from outside to inside? That's pretty curious there. Can you explain that? Because if you're in a wheelchair, how do your arms work? That doesn't make any sense.
And somehow got into
I don't have muscle.
You somehow got inside the police station while in a wheelchair? That doesn't make any sense.
control after the thoracic 3 vertebrae, right? So I have hand control. I have hands. I have a
You're
life.
doing exactly what I just asked you to do before when you fell on the floor.
I'm balanced, right? When I have 2 hands here together, I always have to hold myself.
So that's
So you know how there's something called the center of gravity? I'm bound to a fucking wheelchair, and beyond a certain point in my spine, I can't move my fucking body. So I got a bit of a different center of gravity here, and not much to balance myself. Do you see how that might cause some issues? No, that doesn't make any sense because when I went to arrest you, you fell on the floor. Now I know you're lying to me. Now I know this is a scam.
1 and 2.
That wouldn't mean that's 1.
And 2, you're saying you can't sit down, but you have to sit in the car.
Specialized cushion. This cushion along over here. It's a specialized air cushion with like specialized compartments.
You're saying that you can't sit down. How does that make any sense? You're paralyzed. Isn't that all you do all day?
I will get a bed sore if I sit on anything other than this.
Correct me if I'm wrong, isn't a bed sore when you sit or lay somewhere for like a very extended...
Oh my god! Just keep thinking! Just keep thinking! Don't stop! Keep going! Keep saying shit! Don't stop! You're great at it! You're gonna get there! Just keep thinking! Keep thinking you're gonna find those diamonds!
period of time?
It is.
It's not going to be an extended period of time. I'm pretty sure the jail has...
You're saying you'll get bed sores if you sit down for an extended period of time? Well, I mean, first of all, you're already sitting down and you don't have bed sores. But second of all, it's not going to be an extended period of time. You know, it's just going to take as long as as long as we decide to get to your case, which did take 9 months before. You just don't worry about it. You know, why are you resisting? Why are you fighting the system here? Don't you trust me? I'm just here to defend you. All right, I'm here to maintain public order.
Things that can accommodate you, and you will go with your chair.
Yeah, you're making this very difficult for the officers, sir. That's so true, ZB. This guy in a wheelchair is making these poor officers' lives so hard.
I'm not saying that I'm going to take you, your chair's going to stay here, your purse is going to stay here, and you're just going to be asked out in the back seat of the car and then in a hospital and whatever the case may be.
You're not explaining that to me as you're saying those statements, though, right? So I'm justified in not knowing that.
Oh, my apologies.
Don't you understand that your wheelchair is going to stay here and you're going to come back to your wheelchair? Well, no, you said you were going to take me to jail. So,
Apologies, I thought that was kind of implied that where you go, your chair would go with you.
That's not implied to me at all. I haven't been in a police department my entire life. I don't know any single thing about this life, right?
My apologies, I'm letting you know right now, your chair will go with you.
Yeah, I'd still love to speak with somebody like of higher tier. Like, I simply cannot accept that, like, this is the...
What a Karen. God, always gotta speak to the manager, don't ya?
Remuneration for this after I've been in contact with you for like a month and a half.
You've been in contact with me for like a couple weeks.
Months.
That's not helping your case, bro. I can really think you Atlanta is the worst.
Weeks, I guess,
Mr. Reed is not a criminal. He's never been in this situation before. He just can't believe that law enforcement, the criminal justice system, could be this wrong, could be this incompetent. But boy, was he wrong. He wanted to speak to a judge. They don't give him access to a judge, but they give him a supervisor. So here comes the supervisor. And as you can see, he's a lot of help.
That's my sergeant. He'll be able to speak with you.
Oh my God, please, somebody with another, functioning brain. The only other two left. I feel like they're probably standing just outside somewhere, where they can see everything that's going on. Cause there's no way they just fully dipped. There's no way that they entirely dipped. Change my mind. You're in a wheelchair, but you still kicked down this woman's door.
Long story short, he has a warrant for ag assault out of here, 411 Fredericksburg Drive. And he needs to be transported. And he's
this guy stands like a character in a shooting game. I almost said FPS, but it's not FPS. But doesn't he have a Fortnite idle animation here?
That he has obviously a medical condition and that he can't be transported.
I really say that I'd like to speak to a judge or somebody who can adjudicate some aspect of this other than simply taking him to a hospital. You better answer the phone, though. Answer your phone. You better answer the phone. GTA game? Adjudicate some aspect of this other than simply taking him to a hospital. This is answer the phone, though. Answer your phone. You better answer the phone.
His face. His fucking face. The fucking guy in a wheelchair. His fucking face. He's like, I'm cooked. There's no
some information. Like,
Turn the phone, dog.
I don't know anything about this, honestly. Like, this is a complete total surprise to me. I literally have been in communication with this gentleman for a month, trying to figure out why in the world I have a warrant. I feel like I was tricked into coming here today. Yeah, because like, he told me I could just come and sign some piece of paper because he didn't have any knowledge about what the warrant was. I have the email that I could show you.
Did you recently get put in a wheelchair or what?
25 years ago.
25 years ago.
Oh no! Oh no! He's putting the pieces together. McClack's like, who the hell has an actual audio ringtone in the Lord in the year of our Lord 2025? I don't know, man. Mine's been default for like the past 10 years.
I was shot when I was 18.
Okay. All right. Have we looked up this case number?
You said I kicked in the door?
Like the group
I
chat.
didn't say kicked in. I said forced entry was made.
Why did they censor his phone?
What happened?
He kicked in the door. I ran. He choked me out.
So you put in the email, you said you never talked to me, or you don't remember anything about me.
Now I want to see what his phone says.
And that I could come down to sign a piece of paper to handle it all.
Then finally, this lady shows up. I'm guessing she's some sort of a transport officer. Best I can tell, she arranges for him to come back in and turn himself back in, buying him a little more time, perhaps to go hire his lawyer or whatever he ended up doing to avoid actually going to jail.
He came in.
Okay, so it's kind of like a workaround. So props to her, I guess, for doing what she can to get him out of the situation for now. Because this is insane how far this has escalated.
To settle the matter with the whole warrant. All right. So now that's why.
So you came to turn yourself in?
He came to talk to me about the warrant. So I asked him some questions.
Can this guy stop? Can the detective shut the fuck up?
No recollection of me or anything, and then I could come in and clear it up, and I could sign a sheet of paper to clear it up. And so I just simply came in because, of course, it's mistaken identity, and so now I've been thrown on the ground.
Thankfully, he ended up not actually being arrested on that warrant. The warrant was eventually dismissed, but only after the story literally ran in the Atlanta TV news market. The crazy lady eventually publicly admits that she's absolutely nuts and she had no contact with this guy. And it's also revealed that the cops, had they even checked this woman's arrest record, should have known that anyways, because she had already been arrested for similar allegations before this event.
Oh my God.
Even occurred. So this is a story of this one particular officer, Balat, being amazingly incompetent. But worse than that, once he realizes that he has charged a clearly innocent person, he doubles down to cover his own ass. And who helped him do that? His lieutenant helped him do that.
Both of these people need to be fucking fired, Chad. Both of these people need to be fucking fired.
Supervisor, his direct supervisor, his sergeant, just could have cared less either way. Fortunately, that one officer who was just a bystander stepped in and tried to do the right thing, but his lieutenant did not help him. Ultimately, is there going to be a lawsuit here? I don't know. As I've explained in other videos, these sorts of cases are very difficult where you have a valid warrant that was signed by a judge. You can sue under circumstances where police officers provide incorrect, false information to a judge to be able to get that warrant. But at the same time, unlike the private market where you can sue an employer for negligence, government doesn't work that way.
Oh, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting that the government has systems in play to stop you from being able to sue them, to call them out on their injustices towards you? Ain't that interesting?
They're allowed to be negligent, they're allowed to be incompetent, and we can't sue them for that. Only when it rises to really, really egregious levels can anything be done about it. This probably is a closed case here. We can see that they did have actual knowledge at a certain point and basically arrested the guy anyways. Now, ultimately, he wasn't taken to jail, but handcuffs were put on him. He was taken to the ground. But more importantly, people just need to see this.
Insane.
So please share this footage. These same incompetent police officers, well, worse than incompetent, these same police officers who know
how many innocent people have been jailed by him. Doesn't it make you think? Doesn't it start to make you wonder? This is why I don't believe personally in I guess like having a bias against anybody with like an arrest record or whatever. Because it's like, how do you know? How do you know with how fucking corrupt all of the systems in place are? It's like, I don't know. Who's to say you're actually a bad dude? No idea if you've even actually committed your crime or not.
knowingly violate an innocent person's civil rights, because they want to cover their own ass, or even in the case of the lieutenant, too lazy to even get up from his desk to stop eating.
Arrests don't equal convictions? True, but how many people do get convicted anyways? Because they obviously don't care. They don't care about the evidence. They told him he has to prove his innocence.
His pretzels and get up from his desk and see what the hell's going on. This sort of thing needs to be shared, and they need to be exposed.
Illinois has 102 counties. You can sue Illinois in 2. That's insane.
Again, the only thing that government fears is negative public exposure. Government itself is the bad apple. Remember that. So help me spread that fact by subscribing both here and at the blog at thecivilrightslawyer.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at JohnBryanESQ. Remember, our rights
Neil Herkative, thank you. How convenient to have for-profit jails. I know,
don't
right?
end where your fear begins. Freedom is scary. Deal with it.
Oh, man. Good video. Sad, but good, yeah. He has more. If you ever want to be angry, you don't have to go on Twitter. You can just go to this guy's channel. Remember, chat, you do not hate the government enough. You can love your country and hate your government. Wow, thanks, Pippa. That video was infuriating. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm not angry. I'm just sad. Yeah, dementia patient arrest. Excuse me. Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse. It gets worse and worse and worse and worse. More airplane movies. I think I'm actually gonna call it here for tonight. But I do appreciate you guys popping in and sticking around for the little after movie show. Oh man. Maybe a rage bait stream. You can't be sad if you're angry, chat. Oh.
Everybody, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Low Effort Clips. That's right, Low Effort Clips, right here on YouTube.com. Yeah, and hit the notification bell. Yeah.